paying in rubles through the transfer mechanism operated by Russian public authorities, and a second account designated for it at Gazprom Bank is a violation of sanctions and cannot be accepted, EU Commissioner for Energy Kadri Simpson said at a press conference after the ministers' meeting. With many European companies facing a deadline to pay for gas later this month, EU countries urgently need to clarify whether companies can continue to buy fuel without violating EU sanctions on Russia. Hungary tweets outside the flock and resolves its position on gas sanctions. Hungarian government spokesman Zoltán Kovács said Monday that Hungary still opposes any European Union ban on Russian oil and gas imports. The Hungarian position on any oil and gas embargo has not changed. "We do not support it," Kovács said in an email response to Reuters' questions. European Union countries have paid more than €47 billion, $4,743 billion, to Russia for gas and oil since it began its operation in Ukraine on February 24, according to the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air. At the meeting of European Union energy ministers today, the Union sought to clarify its position on Russia's demands that countries actually pay for gas in rubles, or face the possibility of losing their supplies. Russia halted gas supplies to Bulgaria and Poland last week, after they refused to meet its demands for payment in rubles, raising fears that such a measure could include other countries later. The European Commission said on Monday that full compliance with Russia's proposed plan would breach existing EU sanctions on Russia, but promised more detailed guidance on what companies can do legally. The European Union is preparing to ban the purchase of Russian oil and issues a warning. The European Union on Monday launched preparations to impose sanctions on Russian oil, with possible exceptions for countries of concern, and warned that full compliance with Moscow's proposed plan to receive gas payments in rubles would violate existing EU sanctions. The European Commission is expected to propose a sixth package of European Union sanctions this week on Russia over its military operation in Ukraine, including a possible embargo on the purchase of Russian oil, a measure that would deprive Moscow of a significant revenue stream. But EU countries are still divided on that. Russian gas supplies constitute 40% of the European Union's needs, while Russian oil constitutes 26% of the bloc's imports. And officials said on Monday that in order to preserve the unity of the Union, which includes 27 countries, the Commission may offer Hungary and Slovakia an exemption or a long transition period, and it is likely that the comprehensive ban will be implemented gradually by the end of the year. Hungary and Slovakia depend heavily on Russian crude. Hungary said it would oppose energy sanctions. Other countries' resistance to the oil embargo appeared to be weakening ahead of a meeting scheduled for Wednesday at which EU ambassadors will discuss the proposed sanctions. Today, Monday, German Economy Minister Robert Habeck said, "We were able to reach a situation in which Germany can withstand an oil embargo." Austrian Climate and Energy Minister Leonor Goslar said Vienna would agree to oil sanctions if other countries agreed. European Union energy ministers meet on Monday to discuss Russia's decision to cut gas supplies to Bulgaria and Poland and discuss planned new sanctions over Moscow's war on Ukraine. The 27-nation bloc has imposed 5 rounds of sanctions on Russian officials, oligarchs, banks, companies and other organizations since Russian forces invaded Ukraine in February. The European Commission is working on a 6th round of measures that may include restrictions on oil, but countries dependent on Russia, such as Hungary and Slovakia, are concerned about tough measures. The European Commission may announce proposals for new sanctions later this week, and member states must agree to the measures, a process that could take several days. Energy ministers will also consider steps to take if Russia increases pressure by cutting gas supplies to other countries.